Folks, welcome to 2021. 2020 was a very interesting year. It was a very, very surprising year. We've had more surprises than I think most people have in a lifetime, and most people are happy to be done with it. Now, I think 2021 is going to be an amazing year for the stock market, and I want to kick off by making five predictions that I think will help you forecast or get a better sense of what I predict for this market. Now, obviously, these are forecasts. These are not predictions. They are predictions. They're very broad, and these are my opinions. But I think this will give you a good understanding of how I see the stock market turning out for 2021. So let's start with my 5 predictions for 2021, right? Let's do it. So first, I think that the consumer rebound, consumer and consumer-related stocks are going to be the next major catalysts. Look, American consumers make up 2/3 of the economy, and they will be key to getting everything back on track in 2021. Consumer stocks have been pretty hot in 2020, and now, with everyone looking forward to the vaccine being available, I think the catalyst will happen sometimes in the beginning of the second or third quarter of 2021. But I think before the end of the year, that is going to be the biggest catalyst that will provide the stock market the ammunition it needs to move substantially higher and prove to the rest of the world that U.S. has recovered from the pandemic. So again, you have to keep your eye on the consumer sentiment and the consumer discretionary account and ultimately retail sales. Prediction number 2, China will continue its surge in both the economy and the stock market. Now, China was one of the only countries to avoid a recession in 2020, believe it or not. Estimates for GDP growth are expanding again in 2021. And here's the other big one. We have a Democratic president that's about to take office. He's not going to be as hard on China, even if he says he will. This trade war we're having with China, it's going to be a thing of the past. And it's going to allow China to move forward with a lot less restrictions than they've had to experience during the Trump administration. It's just the way it is. There's always better coordination and better relationship with foreign economy and foreign governments between, typically, not always, but usually between Democratic presidents than Republican presidents. And already, without even Biden taking over, we've already seen emerging markets, South Pacific markets begin to rally, and Chinese stock market looks stronger. So I believe we're going to see a lot of strength come out of China, which will only benefit U.S. in the long run. So I don't think it's going to be any downside. Prediction number 3, markets will experience 2 or more corrections in 2021. Now, don't panic. When I say corrections, I don't mean major corrections. I mean hiccups. We need hiccups. Volatility and momentum levels, folks, need to correct. NASDAQ is grossly overbought, and it's diverging with FANG stocks. And FANG stocks, folks, have not been leading since September of 2020. So I think there's a lot of overbought levels in the NASDAQ in the large cap tech category. And fundamentally, technically, and even internally, they need to correct or pull back. And I think with all the volatility, with the change in the administration, with a bunch of factors that are going to impact this, and look, ultimately, it's going to take a few years for us to get out of this COVID economy. If we didn't get into this in one day, we've already been in this almost a year. So it's going to take a little while. So I think also next quarter, no major vaccine for healthy people. That's coming about 3-4 months from now all over the world. There's a reclosing of a lot of, so we're not out of this mess just yet. Expect a lot of volatility and expect potentially 2 pullbacks in 2021, which will be good and healthy for the stock market because that rubber band is stretched out, folks. It needs to contract a little bit. Next, my fourth prediction for 2021. Massive infrastructure, clean energy bill will be passed. Biden has talked about it. He's promised it. It's very much in line with where we are right now with alternate energy. 2021 is a major year for infrastructure, and the focus will be on clean energy. There's just no other way around it. Also, I think Biden is going to Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's about a $35 billion clean energy bill in this $900 billion stimulus that just passed. So $35 billion is going to clean energy. And I also believe, I may be wrong, but I think Biden is going to really be strong on changing the infrastructure via the basic material sector and the infrastructure sectors. He's going to use that for clean energy. So we are going to have a lot of development, but I think a lot of that development, structural development that he's going to go into is going to be based on clean energy, which is the future. And folks, we can't turn back the clock. And finally, small caps will continue to outperform. Now, small caps have been outperforming large caps over the last several months. This trend is likely to continue as Biden will be more supportive of smaller stocks and be more restrictive with larger cap stocks. He's already talking about breaking up Facebook and Google and all the other companies. And that's traditional for Democratic policy. There's also tons of catalysts with the marijuana industry, solar energy industry, and other tech companies that are seeing big spikes due to increased speed of tech development due to COVID environment and less restrictions on global trade. So let me repeat these 5 predictions, and I'll do it very, very quickly. Consumer discretionary, consumer rebound is going to lead the next bull rally, and I mean the real bull rally, not the stretched out market we're seeing right now. China is going to continue to surge, and it's going to do well over the next year. Markets, the U.S. stock market, are going to experience 2 or possibly 3 pullbacks in 2021. I'm not talking about bear markets. I'm just talking about minor corrections that are going to be buying opportunities between us, good buying opportunities. There's going to be a massive infrastructure clean energy bill passed before the end of this year. And small caps are going to continue outperforming large caps in 2021. And I hope that helps. Folks, this California-based trader says that one simple rule could make all the difference for your trading account. He calls it the #1 misconception in trading and says the simple trick has the power to multiply an investment by 10, and I mean 10. He was able to personally use this to turn $4,600 into $67,268 in a single year, proving that anyone can use this secret, even if you have a small account. And you can unlock this simple trading trick by clicking on this link below. Do it now. And have the best New Year's ever.